Ho, 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 mofos. It's Andy, just Andy. On the eve of Christmas Eve. This week I'm going to talk to you about a company I tested out for 7 whole days called Gingerbeard, located out of British Columbia, Canada. And I had 2 scents. I had the flannel and the Great North. And to break them down for you, stay tuned for after this introduction. Nah, we don't do that shit here. Gotcha. All right. So, Gingerbeard. What can I say about the oil? Well, the carriers are pretty simple. Coconut, argan, camellia seed, and hemp seed oil. It had a good absorption time. Not the best, but it had a very good absorption time. What it did do very, very well was I was able to actually go most of the week with no butter in my beard during the day. For those of you that follow me, you know that I am pretty much every day an oil and butter kind of guy. Could have been the weather, but I think more than anything else, it was his well-crafted beard oil. I understand that once somebody releases a butter, it becomes the new hot thing. I will get to his butter in just a second, but hear me now. You need oil every day. Every day. Until you know you need oil every day, you need it every day. This is great oil, performed very well. Now, one thing I want to say about Gingerbeard is if you are someone that likes a strong scent profile in your beard, Gingerbeard is probably not going to be the company for you. The scents were present, they were nice, but they did not have a lot of longevity in there. They were not super complex, they were not super bold. But keeping that in mind, from a carrier point of view, some of the most progressive use of carriers in combinations and ratios that I've seen so far. So just keeping that in mind. Anyway, so that's the oils. Now for the butter. All right, so here are the carrier list for the butters. I am going to refer to my cheat sheet here. Avocado butter, cocoa butter, shea butter, coconut oil, camellia seed oil, lanolin, grapeseed oil, and beeswax. So the consistency of the butter, which doesn't show up very well on camera, it is a heavier, denser butter. I didn't find it excessively waxy, even though he does use lanolin and beeswax oil, but it was very dense. I didn't get a lot of buildup, as I typically do with beeswax, which is why I'm so against beeswax. But we've already fought that battle, right? No, that horse ain't dead yet. So anyway, as I previously mentioned, the oil was strong enough. I didn't really feel like I needed a butter during the day most of the time. When I did wear it during the day, it performed nicely. Where it really shined was as a night butter. I slathered this stuff up really, really good and used probably twice as much as I normally do, just to see how it would soak up a couple of nights. Did wonderful. Had great beard all week long, and he did very well in my boot camp too, by the way. Which, you know, if we're getting around to talking about boot camp on Instagram, then we really got a really solid company. Now, one thing I wanted to bring up, someone sent me a direct message on Instagram asking me if a certain company's products were good for new users. And I had no idea what he meant by that. And apparently a beard company or someone in the community had a chart where they were referring to some products as good for new users, intermediate users, pro users, advanced users, I think is what he said. I looked, I did not see that particular company. He didn't remember the name of the company, which made it even harder because there's like 1,000 beard companies out there. So if this is your company, I'm not trying to steal your idea. I will be happy to give you credit for it, but I just don't know who did it. So anyway, it made me think, and since I really pride myself on trying to be as objective as possible when I'm talking to you guys about these products, this is my idea on this one. So you're seeing this part of a protocol work itself out on video. When I'm able to use a product through boot camp, a lot of what I do is really just bad beard care habits that I've accumulated. Some of them I've done, some of them I've heard about. So given that a product is able to be misused, I would think that that would make it more user-friendly. Whereas if a product required you to not abuse it, then that would mean it would be for more advanced users. So given that logic, just in case it becomes a thing, it may not. And again, if this is your idea, something you use for your company, let me know via direct message. I'll be happy to give you credit for it. But I would have to say, based on that criteria, that ginger beard is definitely good for new users. So because it's very forgiving. If you get too much oil, now if you use too much of any oil, you are going to get the black ring on the front. So some of that you just got to start out with less and work your way up to more. Let's just say it that way. Butter, I laid this on like it was free government cheese, and it didn't leave any residue anywhere. So I think we can say this is very, 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 very easy to use as well. Again, not strong on the scent profile. The carriers are phenomenal, phenomenal. So if you are one of those people that is really into the carrier side of thing and nourishing and moisturizing and conditioning your beard, this bad boy will definitely get you home. All right, so breaking down the companies, I have 5 different categories that I look at, and I rate each one 0 for average, below average, 1 for above average, and 2 for top shelf. Because of the scent building alone, I can't put him in that absolute elite. But at the same time, I can't penalize him too much for that because that's not what he's trying to do. I think he'll get better at it. I think he'll be more interested in it later down the road. Let me say it that way. But for right now, he's having so much fun playing the mad scientist with the carriers. And I've had multiple conversations with this guy before and during, and I'm sure down the road. The man is serious about building the best performing beard products possible. And I think anytime I see that, time I see somebody putting in the work that he's already put in, the risk that he's willing to take, that, my friend, puts you in pretty damn elite. So I'm going to give him an 8.9 because I want to see some more scent building out of him. But this is definitely a company that you should not sleep on. So Ginger Beards, that's all we got for tonight. And as you may have noticed, yeah, Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah. Have a happy everything. But above all, you know what I want to know. What's in your beard?